Paul took donations from certain churches, but then with other churches, he was a tent maker. So he went out and worked hard for his income so that he wouldn't become a stumbling block and discourage some people who might have been sparked by the gospel, that he was only doing it to gain something. The problem with the church is that we have defaced the face of God because we've tried to create things and place a face value on them, placing a price tag on our service to God and to other people, placing a price tag onto our art, the art that he's supposed to be placing in our hearts, which means that he's giving us this to give to people, has in many ways corrupted the church. Go read the parable of the talents. What so many of us don't understand is that we are not bringing honor to God because we're trying to use the talent that he gave us for the sake of our own gain. Even though we might be using his name, saying his name, that is the same as keeping his glory hidden. You can be telling people about Jesus and still burying the truth when you're trying to profit yourself. I'm not here to be the spiritual police and say what we should or shouldn't be doing within the church, but it sincerely hurts me that people on the outside looking in are looking at Christians as just people who are trying to brand themselves or sell merchandise. They just see us as opportunists with an angle, our angle being Christian or Jesus. And I believe this grieves the Holy Spirit. That's why in Jesus' time, he was turning over tables. We're literally turning into Christian marketers. The men and women who set the foundation, the standard for us as disciples of Jesus, were not trying to live off the gospel. They were not trying to make a name for themselves through what Jesus did. They were literally freely giving of their talents, their arts, letting God use their spiritual gifts instead of tarnishing it by trying to market themselves. David and Solomon are literally the instrumentation of God first using someone biblically to create rap, to create art, to create song, to create poetry. Psalms is literally like the third longest book in the Bible. And David didn't make a penny off of it. He wasn't thinking like, how can I sell this art? It was as simple as he had a relationship with the Lord and he wanted to write it down. He wanted to share it. He was merely just pouring out his heart to God for God. And so I guess the question that I'm asking you right now is, whatever you do for the Lord, whatever spiritual gifts, whatever talents, whatever art you do, would you still work just as hard at it if it couldn't benefit you in any kind of way? Because I genuinely believe that's the question that God is asking all of us who love to be creative in his name. Are we truly doing this for rewards in heaven, or so that people will buy into what we're doing and we can live off of it? Because if we be honest, despite our Americanized Christianity, nobody who laid the foundation in the Bible lived off of the gospel, not even Jesus himself.